We've looked at multiple different Redragon keyboards before on the channel, but the one today we're taking a look at, the K618 from Redragon, or called Horus, is more unique in the fact that it features a low profile design, making it very sleek and compact. Definitely don't let that sleek design fool you though, because the K16 still comes with a lot of features packed into it, having wireless capabilities and hot swap, and coming in at a relatively cheap price for just $64 right now on Amazon. Besides getting the keyboard itself in the box, which also has that dongle for wireless connectivity stored in the back, you'll get a USB-C to USB-A cable, keycap and switch puller, and then a user manual to get you started. The K618 comes in a full-size keyboard layout, and with that you get some of those things you might expect on a full-size keyboard, with this one having a volume roller, some media controls, and it's all very low profile in general. Not only is your frame low profile, of course you also have those low profile switches and keycaps, and that's all sitting on top of that black aluminum top plate, with the sides and bottom, all rest of it being plastic. But I will say, even with it being so thin, I thought it might be pretty flexible, but even with that, pretty solid. Even bending on it, I can definitely get some flex out of it, maybe a little bit more than you would if it was chopped off right here down to a TKL or 65%, but still really solid overall. Not a lot of flexing in it for how stinking thin it is. On the left side of the board is where you're gonna find your port for your USB-C cable, and again, they do include one. The one that's included is a thicker rubber cable, definitely not the nicest or most flexible. And as I mentioned in basically all my Redragon keyboard reviews, they always have that USB-C port on the left side of the board. Just love to see that shifted to the back, maybe around the middle. It'd be more aesthetically pleasing and easier to route to your PC no matter what side of the desk it does sit on. Right below that port for the USB-C cable is where you're gonna find that switch, which if you turn it on, it's gonna allow you to be able to use it in its wireless connectivity modes, and with it off, of course, you're only gonna be able to use it wired. On the bottom of the board, you're gonna get 4 rubber feet, which is gonna, of course, help it from sliding around on your desk. The bottom of 2 of those legs, of course, is gonna be where you get your flip out legs for that incline adjustment. It gives you only 1 level of incline there, but it can get you into a slightly more ergonomical typing position if you ever so do wish. And then also on the bottom of the board, you do have a spot for storing that dongle, so when you're not using it in that wireless mode, you do have the option of keeping it down there. For connectivity, you do have multiple options, the easiest of which, of course, is just gonna be plugging it in with that USB-C cable directly into your computer. And I will mention something that's weird about it, I've not experienced with any other keyboards, is you have to hold down function plus the 5 key to actually make it work in the wired mode. I completely thought the keyboard was just broken and not working with my computer, so definitely make sure you do that, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. To use it wirelessly is gonna be a little bit more of a process. First thing you have to do, of course, is switch it on the left side of the board to use it in that wireless connectivity mode. And if you want to use it with the dongle, you're gonna have to hold down your function key plus that 4 key until the M LED blinks green. Once it's flashing there, you can then plug that USB-C receiver into your computer, and then it will pair up after a few seconds. To hold it in Bluetooth, you'll also have to use some combinations of holding down keys. You'll have to hold down function in either the 1, 2, or 3 key, which will flash different colors depending on which one you're holding down, either blue, cyan, or magenta. Then look for the keyboard on your computer, tablet, or phone, whatever you're wanting to pair it to through Bluetooth, and that'll allow you to hook it up through Bluetooth. The RGB is pretty bright on the K618, and it does have 20 different backlit effects, which can be adjusted through on the board itself by holding down function, and yet again, another combination of different keys, which is outlined in the manual if you guys want to hop into that in more depth. But you can do it on there, or you can hop into their software they have as well to adjust it in there. The keycaps are a low profile double shot ABS and coming at just 4 millimeters in height, so around 7 millimeters shorter than your average traditional keycap, which usually is around 11 millimeters of thickness or in height. And I will mention that the characters on this board, the font itself is not bad, but it does have that thing where basically any spot you'd have a normally closed legend, like maybe on a B or an O key, it's gonna have a gap there because they're not able to completely close the circles, just in case that bothers you. Redragon is using their low profile Altimu red switches in the board, and if you're not familiar, they're trying to imitate basically a Cherry MX Red if you use that, but a nice linear actuation, nice smooth feel to them. And the nice thing about this board, of course, is it does have that hot swap functionality included. So if you want to pop these out and replace them with some other low profile Altimu switches, maybe like a brown or a blue clicky one, you do have that option available to you, or maybe you just have a switch go bad in the board, can easily be popped out and replaced with one of the extras that they include with the board. But here's a quick sound test so you guys can hear it for yourselves. The K618 normally retails for around $80, but like I mentioned in this video, right now on Amazon, it's only $64. I'll have that link down below if you guys want to check if that is still discounted. But for that price and what it offers, I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, you get a lot of great options with this board. Of course, not only do you have the more unique low profile design, so if that's something that appeals to you, that'll also be a big draw feature for the board. But you also have connectivity options, not only with just the wireless through the dongle, but also the Bluetooth, of course. And then you also just get a pretty solid build overall and that cheaper price point if you don't want to splurge on some of the options like from Logitech or Razer where they can be substantially more expensive than this. I think this is a great middle ground here, and if a lot of those features appeal to you, I definitely don't have any hesitations with recommending the board. Check out some of these other keyboard reviews on the screen right now if you are in the market for one. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Do consider subscribing and hit the like button if you did enjoy it.